What?
Can you help me try to fix this really quick? It's on the car. It looks like somebody tried to like pop the motion detected at the front door. 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 glasses.
The guy kept asking him because he was trying to see like if he needed to make adjustments to them to fit his head better. And he's like, is it pinching anywhere or anything like that? And he's like, no. And he's just like this in the mirror going, it's so cool. Because he can see.
So I told him that we would put his glasses in the glasses case in our room at night, so Oliver doesn't mess with his glasses. That's exactly what happened.
Motion detected at the front door.
So those of y'all just watching, I'm basically just winging Venom, just to get me in the right headspace. I'm doing the eye, and it's all about lighting. You know, when you determine the lighting, it's kind of like a cheat code of what you can do after that. But I don't really have gray, so I'm using the blues to invoke some shadows. And if you pay attention to what I'm doing, I started with the highlight first. I kind of applied a soft layer, and then I left some space for the shadows, so I can see what I want to do, where I want the shadows to be placed. And then when I feel comfortable enough, I start bringing the highlights in, and I'm coloring over the shadows with the white. That way I can form some light blending, so it looks like it's meant to be there, not just thrown all over the place. It's all about pressure too, like how, if you have a heavy hand or not. The heavier your hand is, the darker the color will be applied. So I recommend going light until the shadows are definite. That way you don't mess up. But I like Venom. Venom's my go-to, just because it kind of opens the door for creativity, in my opinion. You know, every person has a different version of Venom. Knowing that he's like an alien, it kind of opens the door for some freedom. You don't have to be perfect on what, you know, when you draw him, because it's like every interpretation is gonna pass. And, you know, obviously nothing's really my outline, you know, there's nothing really definite about where I'm going. But like I say, you don't need to always have a plan. You know, plans start off with thoughts. If you have one thought, just kind of work on that and then see where it takes you. See, so as of now, my focus is getting his eye done. I don't know how his head's gonna be. I don't know where his teeth are gonna go, but you know, that's for me to worry about in a later time. So right now, I'm just getting his eye right, and then I can go from there. I wanted to get it nice and flowy. It just makes it look like it has movement. Notice, like I said, I applied the darker colors, and then I'm going over it with the lighter ones, which in my opinion produces a better blend, because the lighter colors are always going to show above the darker colors. See that? So like as I'm going over the blue, it's creating like a medium blue, which that's why it works out really well, because it's almost like mid-tones. And then I also color in a circular motion. So the transition's more believable. Instead of just very separated. And yeah, I can, go in and touch up the blues. Like I can probably go darker again right here to make it kind of like a dip. But like I said, it's based on the artist's preference. Whatever you want to show the viewers. I can leave it like that if I want, but like I said, if I want to be a little extra, I'll probably add some more work on it. But other than that, it's just repetition, really. And the lighter you go, the better the blend will be. You don't want to color hard and then you mess up and then you can't go back. Probably do this. I'll make his eye go around him. And then I don't have much blue, but kind of just feather the blue back in to emphasize the shadows, just lightly. Doesn't need to go crazy. See that? So creating some depth, some value right here. Like I said, to each his own. However you want to do his eyes. And then right here, we'll probably just add some more shadow. You can come down like that to make it more flowy. See, that looks pretty cool. And then we can add some shadow up here, just like that. Like I said, it's based on the artist's preference, whatever they want to add. And this will be like the bottom of it, so this will be some shadows. Looks like water, that's the point. The symbiote flows like water, basically. Like I said, you can touch up to get a smoother blend. Just a little bit, not going too crazy. And it also helps sharpening your pencil so that it can reach with more precision. See little effects like this, like a little shine inside. That's pretty cool. Right here. But yeah, all this comes with practice. But it, like I said, it flows like water, and that's what I'm going for. See, the eye looks pretty cool in my opinion. Nice and flowy. And you just kind of mimic the same steps. Appreciate that, MSD. But yeah, see, every time I color over the dark blue, it creates like a semitone. Creates like a mid-tone, my bad. Semitones in music. Sometimes I get that confused. And look, you can apply darker colors to really make it stick out. Just to really make it pop. Just lightly. Notice I'm coloring very lightly, because all this is going to be blended. That's what I'm saying. You just kind of leave it up to your imagination. What's up, bro? Been all right? Let me get that. This is all the blue I have of this one left, so kind of just taking my time with it. But you see, because it's part of the same family, you know, it's blue also, it blends really well with the darker blue. See that? You can just kind of sprinkle it on there. See that? So now kind of ties that dark blue in. Nice and subtle. You see that? So I don't really even need to use my white to blend this in. Just to create a better value. But it's up to you. You know, like I said, I didn't have to add this dark blue. I wanted to do it just to show y'all what can be done. What's good, Gohan? And see, like I said, because it's the same family, it doesn't take much to blend this nicely. Just like that. Just going to the crevices. Like I said, if it gets too dark, you can always come back with the highlights. I just know that the highlights often show after the dark is applied, so I try to leave that to the very end. See, so it's to each his own, however you want to do it. Going to Belford tonight, that's awesome, dude. And then, like I said, just to do a finishing touch, I always feel the need to touch it up with the highlight, just to solidify all the blending. Because because white is always, it's like the icing on the cake. Just kind of color it in the shape that you want it. That makes sense. See, if I want to get rid of this little piece, I got to color inside there. It's almost like you're erasing it, but with the color. See that? See, so now you can see an opening right there. Then I can add some more highlights right here. Yeah, so if I can explain it better, yeah, it's almost like you're erasing little pieces with the color. But it's also, you're creating value at the same time. You're making it realistic as you go. Like right here, I can kind of color this in a little bit. See, so technically I'm like erasing a bit of the blue. See that? So the blue's becoming lighter, but it's still working. And I got this eye reference from a picture I was looking at online. Obviously, I didn't, trace it or completely steal the entire shape. I kind of put my own twist to it, but the flowiness of it I got from a reference online. It does look like a water. That's cool. But yeah, the more you work on it, the more detail it'll get. But like I said, it's to each his own. You don't have to work on it too much. I'm working on it until I feel that it's okay to move on, And as an artist, you have to make that call on your own. See, I might just do this one real quick. See how I'm kind of coloring in the shape that I want this eye to stay? Because I want this to stay the way it is. I'm coloring in the same shape of it. Because if I color like this, it's not going to flow right. You're going to see the streaks. So that's just something else to pay attention to. That's something you learn as an artist. Kind of start learning your medium, or your mediums better. So that's basically it for this one. Oh, that's awesome, man. No, I didn't know they had a Tejano station. All right, so this is gonna kind of give me a starting point to what I want him to look like. And obviously, this stuff is what happens when you're just rubbing your hand up and down. Kind of spreads the pencil. So now I can kind of just freestyle, basically. Freestyle where I want the rest of his image to be. So let's see. I can probably, and remember, in art there's really no wrong, no right, no wrong, really. Let me see. How do I want his mouth? His mouth is always like up here, kind of starts up right here. So I'm just sketching. And you know, he's a symbiote, so you always want to do like curves and loops and stuff, and see how they play out. And then let's see. This eye, I might erase that part just to see, just to have more room for the mouth. Probably just, so the sketching, usually the mouth will be like right here, right? So I'm just gonna sketch kind of where his mouth will be, about right here. Kind of like the basic shape of it, and then his face right there, his whatever, and then, so that's like a good starting point. And then you can kind of, let's see, probably bring his lip down. Kind of bring his lip up like that, kind of make it kind of alien-like, like the whatchamacallit, the Alien movies. Actually, because his eyes right here, and I already did the dark color, I'll have to make his mouth like this to kind of angle it properly. So just like that. Like I said, guys, trial and error. We're gonna see how it looks. I just want to see. That's why sketching is very important. See, it can be like this. And maybe his teeth can either start up here, or I can bring them down to like right here. But I do like this. I do like this right here. Probably keep that. So like that would be kind of his lip. And then I want to do him with like messed up teeth. Kind of bigger teeth than usual. I did a Venom a couple months back, and I did like really tiny teeth, small, sharp teeth, but kind of want to change it up a little bit. So I'll probably do a tooth right here. You know, something like that. Maybe a tooth kind of sticking out. This is just obviously a rough draft. And then we'll do, let's see, do his gums like this. I'm gonna do him like opening his mouth really big. Probably like right here, maybe. Like I said, guys, trial and error. Like that. The shape of it. I want to do his teeth, like I said, all messed up, so probably do another tooth out here poking out of his cheek. I think that looks cool. And have one sticking out right here, like a snaggle tooth or something, just to see how it might look. Just like that. Oh, it's looking cool. It's like a Venom, what's that dude's name? From DC. Like a Venom / Doomsday. It's looking really cool. And I want to kind of do his teeth dull, not too sharp. Maybe fix this, it's too straight. Maybe add another tooth in between. We'll figure it out, but it's looking cool. This might be too straight, but let me see. Maybe add a smaller one. Kind of like that. Oh, that's looking pretty cool, man. Like I said, this is just a sketch of what we want him to look like. And then some of his teeth sticking out like horns. That'll be cool. Oh yeah, it has like the Spectacular Spider-Man kind of feel to it. Those comics, they always have like everything's kind of over exaggerated.
Max, stop it.
Oh, that's looking really cool, man. Like I said, we're just having fun right now. Oh, that's really cool. Probably like doodle the rest of it right here. Maybe have his tongue coming out like this. But appreciate y'all chilling with me. I'm trying to divide the lives. I'm trying to go live on YouTube and then on TikTok. So I'll let y'all go, but I'll continue this on TikTok. But if y'all like what you see, go ahead and hit the follow button. I'll see you on the next one. Appreciate it.